All right, this is us in the car park at Mount Barney, about 7 a.m. We're ready to get straight into things. We know this is going to be a challenging day, and we're not quite sure what we're in for at this point. We camped the night before at a little town called Woodenbong and drove in. And you can see us just making our way up through some pretty easy fire trails and fences and things on the way up to the start sign for the Mount Barney Ridge, or the Logans Ridge of Mount Barney. And we've started the ascent, okay? We're all in high spirits at this point, moving up. The track was still quite clear, and we're just taking in the views as we went. And we started to get towards some rocky points. We could see the track sort of hiding from us a little bit more.
This is me climbing up.
Some of these rocky points were a bit challenging, and I wouldn't call us experienced hikers, or videographers. So we were just taking this all in for the first time and feeling our way up. Enjoy the quality filming here of Michaela's feet.
There was a few blood.
Bit of blood, sweat, and tears in this one, but all fine at this point.
Not into the challenging bit yet. Nice view of the rock.
Quality filming. POV. Here we are getting into the thick of it. It's about 10 a.m. now. We've been on the mountain for 2 hours, 2 and a bit.
The views are starting to look pretty good.
With this track, there is no marked or signposted correct way to do it. There might have been easier ways up than we found. There were definitely harder ways up than the way we went. This was a little lunch stop or morning tea stop.
That's morning tea.
And the views were incredible. Great weather for midwinter. This was one of the more challenging points on the hike.
Definitely. This was definitely my least favourite part. There was a few tears here.
If you are thinking of attempting Logans Ridge, make sure you do your research and your homework. We were probably a little underprepared, but we definitely had enough food, water to get up and some maps. And we also ran into some pretty experienced hikers who guided us in the second half of the hike.
So we started out with 5 of us and ended up with at least 12, I think.
Yeah. It is a special experience, but you got to know what you're in for. We climbed about 1,300, 1,400 meters over only a 5K hike to the summit. So some points the gradient was very steep.
This is probably the hardest part of the hike, in my opinion, because there's nothing to land on if you fall other than rock.
The exposure is probably worse than the actual moves you have to do, and that's something we were telling ourselves as we came into it. Like, it's more of a mental game, but there's definitely some tricky lines as well.
I think that was the chimney we went up.
Yep.
Now, this is where we thought we were at the top and thought, yay! But we were not.
It was easy from here. Sweeping our way up the top, we could see the summit. And the track was clear. Other paths join in here. If you're doing Southeast Ridge, you would be joining in about here.
And you can see Mount Lindsay just there at the end.
The rain was a bit of a spoiler, but it was still very nice and rewarding to be sitting at the top for some lunch. And then we made our way down Southeast Ridge.
We didn't stick
In the
around
rain.
too long at the top. It started to rain and became very slippery. But it took about 2 hours to get down.
Talking a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.